Hello there and welcome back to Talk of Alabama on this hump day in the Mazer kitchen right now with Cliff from Little Savannah. We're so glad to have you back on the show.
So happy to be here.
Always a great time with you. Now, pork is our protein of choice today, right?
Pork is the protein of choice, so you can do anything you like. We're at the restaurant right now. We're doing a little shoulder blade steak, which is actually like a picnic shoulder or the butt, the Boston butt, that's sliced and made into really big steaks. It was early, so I didn't have them today. So I went ahead and improvised with just regular old pork chops.
Okay, awesome. That works.
Yeah. So the whole idea with this dish that we do, right now at home, I'm growing mustard greens.
Okay.
I've got mustard greens. I've got purple mustard greens. I've got 7 different varieties of mustard greens growing at home. And mustard greens are just amazing. I like them because they're quick cook.
Okay.
That's something you can cook. You don't have to like turnip greens and collard greens take a little time to cook. And today I'm actually using a little bit of kale.
I love kale.
So kale is healthy in this state, but when I get it into the bacon state, it completely takes away that whole the health element of it.
All the nutritional value.
All the nutritional value. Well, it really there's just something magical about bacon.
Yeah.
And so what I've done, I've rendered some bacon here. Typically, what I do is I will actually take like smoked turkey, smoked turkey necks, or you can use ham hock as well. I'll use that in a broth. So I'll make a stock out of that to cook my greens in. But this is such a quick cook and it holds so well. I add to my bacon fat, I don't drain anything out. I just add a little bit of onion to it.
Okay, gotcha.
And then I really just come right back with the kale and drop it right in.
Let me tell you, that bacon smells so good.
That was I was trying to ruin everybody's day by cooking bacon this morning. So I'm going to toss this just a little bit, turn the heat down, and just let the heat of the pan complete this.
Okay.
We'll add a little bit of water to it, but it doesn't take a lot to prepare this.
Nice, I like that.
A touch of salt and pepper, a little bit of hot sauce at the tail end, or a little bit of vinegar is nice. So I use sherry vinegar a lot.
Okay.
And sherry vinegar really makes a nice finish at the very end. You do it right before you serve it because the acidity is going to turn your greens brown.
Okay.
So if you want nice, vibrant greens, let them be.
Okay,
all
perfect,
right?
perfect.
So our mac and cheese, this is so cool. So a little trick when you're boiling pasta.
You were not kidding about the comfort food, by the way.
Hey, listen, somebody told me I needed to get in shape one time. I told them round was a shape. So
it is, you're right.
Be happy.
I love it, I love it.
So when you start to boil pasta, this is just some pasta I picked up at the store.
Okay.
Wait for your water to come to a boil before you add salt to it. So you want to add a little bit of salt to season it, and it also helps release some of the starches from the dried pasta as well. So I wait for it to come to a boil. The reason being, I want the water to be boiling so the salt will dissolve. If you put salt in first, it's actually going to start to dimple or peck at the bottom of the pan. So you'll wear your cookware out quicker.
Okay.
So our pasta just goes in. Whatever the box directions say, usually about 10 minutes or so.
Okay.
Give it a stir, let it do its thing. But once we get over to our mac and cheese portion of this, so we're going to make a Mornay.
Okay.
A Mornay is a cheese sauce that's made with a base bechamel. So big words here. This is not like medical school stuff. But a bechamel is essentially butter, a fat of some sort, and flour mixed together. So we would know it as a roux.
A roux.
But the bechamel part of it is when you add milk to it.
Okay,
so,
gotcha.
So we're going to make classic mac and cheese by adding a little bit of flour to our melted butter. I'm using butter instead of oil, obviously, because it's going to be a little bit richer.
Okay.
We're kind of sticking with the dairy plan here, and I want this to just mix in nicely. I don't want to brown it. I want to have a little bit of just a touch of coloration, if any at all, because I don't want our mac and cheese to go to a dark color.
So we're not making gumbo over here.
We're not making gumbo over here. So to that, we're going to add a little bit of milk.
Okay.
And now the trick with the roux is that you want to have, when you're cooking this, you want to have hot roux, cold milk.
Gotcha.
Hot milk, cold roux.
Okay.
If you try to put hot milk into a hot roux, it's going to turn into, it'll turn into little globules.
Okay.
So we want to let this cook for just a few minutes and thicken.
Nice.
That's going to, we'll finish this up in just a little bit. But what we'll do, now we're making our base for our mac and cheese. We'll combine the two once everything is done.
Sounds great.
And we'll get to the pork in just a little bit too.
Let me ask you this. Are these things on your menu right now?
Absolutely.
Okay. And remind us where Little Savannah is located.
So we're in Forest Park, 39th and Claremont.
Okay.
And 14 years we've been there. It's the longest job I've ever had, which is not really a job, but it's fun. It's kind of like my playhouse.
It's nice to be doing something that you love and you're so passionate about every day, right?
Absolutely. It's great. We're in a great neighborhood.
Yeah.
the people, everything just really brings it together for us. It's an awesome place to be.
Yeah,
for sure.
So much good stuff happening on that side of town.
Oh
too.
yeah, oh yeah.
Very exciting. Okay, well I can't wait to start working on the pork and finish up the mac
You're
and
ready for
everything
lunch,
else.
is what
I am.
that's all you had to say.
My stomach is singing, you guys. I hope you didn't hear it. All right, we have to take a quick commercial break, but we have much more coming your way right after this. We're with our friends from McWayne. You don't want to miss it. You're watching Talk of Alabama.